I think my cat box, like you can kind of see it behind me. I don't know. Wait. I think I should update in a second. I was trying to make the font size bigger so it's easier to read. I'm not sure if I have to update the URL for it. I'll just update it in case. It might just be like, it takes a second to load. I'm not sure. Okay, I got it. I have this huge freaking energy drink here. I got it for free. What is this? A program? Members program you can enter? I don't know. I'm not sponsored by this energy drink, but I don't know if you heard it, but I opened it. Yummy. Okay. I took it out of the fridge, so like the condensation on the can is just getting everywhere. Okay. Where to start with this? I'm redoing like my whole model, honestly. So I mean, when I say redoing, I didn't redraw everything. I touched up some parts and I changed some clothes because I wanted to try a different outfit. But I want to redo the rigging, so I'm gonna go through it. I think first, before I forget anything, is a good thing to do is draw order. So I kind of like work at the back and then work my way up with draw order. So I just like, you can kind of see it on my screen. It's kind of small, but I use these buttons. Like I might go to 100. That's gonna be the thing right at the back. Another thing I've forgotten to draw, I might go and draw it later, but is the back of the skirt. I might even like copy paste it. I'm not sure. I'll see how I go. Okay. Yeah. This can be just probably be behind the arms, honestly. So I put that at 100. Not a big deal. I don't think there will be any clashing for this. I can add colors to like certain sections. I might be helpful. Like full section. I haven't used this much before. So for arms, I could just do purple. Yeah. Okay. And then for legs, I could also make legs purple. I don't really see like a reason that the limbs need to be different colors. And this one can also be 100 because I think it's fine being at the back. One can be booby. The hair is in front of that, so maybe 200, not 20, 200 feet. Then I think I'll label. No, pink? I have to do that myself, okay. I'll label the hair with this color. A little too bright, maybe? Let me. Until 600, so this is going to be and this one's going to be in front. Yeah. Okay, okay. Okay. So next can be I think it has to be 2. Good luck. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just redoing the Live2D modeling, the rigging part of my model. So yeah, it should be fine. It's fine. It's just time consuming. But thank you. Like draw all the stuff. I didn't do it for like maybe the first year I was doing Live2D. And so if you don't draw the stuff, it's like it's not a huge deal. Like you can still make a model easily and stuff, right? But if you want to start doing stuff with draw order, you were better off like doing it right at the beginning of your process. That or after you make art meshes, but I tend to make art meshes as I go. Because the major thing about draw orders is that like when you start keying stuff on parameters, if you key the actual object itself, it can kind of be a pain to go back and change all the default draw orders. So that's just the main reason you should like, start out doing it, you know. before I forget, I'm gonna import my basic parameter settings wherever the heck I put them. Oh wait, I think I know where I put them. I need to make another default setting like file for my parameters, because the one I have, it's not like terrible, this one, but there's some more parameters that I use like every single time I do modeling, so it'd be better to add those in as well, you know. Hey yo, hello, welcome. Oh, did I just deleted that. I didn't mean to do that. Welcome. I'm chilling out while doing this. You know. No, not really in a rush or anything. Yeah, that's the blush. Blush looks a little bit weird because of the eyes. I'm wondering if it looked better if I moved it down. It's like when it's up here, because my eye whites, I don't know, because they're gray, I guess. It looks like a little bit funny, but if I put it down here, it might be better. Let's the extra blush. Ah. The eyes can all be the same draw order. It's not a big deal. I'm just doing that for like all of the facial features, because like facial features can be all the same draw order. It won't change anything really. I think it's more like when it comes to hair, that's a more important thing. Yeah. Okay, the fringe mark. I don't know if this is. So here. That should be the draw order. All good. Okay. What should I do first? I guess I should do the eyes. That's how I always feel like after doing some intense meshing, right? Like, whoa, wow, what was that? Good. Ah. Huh? I don't know what happened here. Like, I don't know why. Is there like a little pixel over here or something? I don't know why this is like that. It should be fine though. Thank you for the applause. Oh, you know, it's such hard work, you know, hard labor. Okay. Like when it comes to Live2D, right? You can use the automatic generator for like probably 80% of the model. If it comes to the eyes, I think it's eyes and mouth is way better to do it by hand. Like, you'll be fine probably without it, but it will look better. That's all. Like, there's nothing else I can really say. It's generally, it's going to be easier to control because when it, I can show, like, if I do automatic here, you can mess with the automatic settings, right? But you can just tell that compared to the one that I did. is a little more random and stuff. I'm trying to get into rigging, but damn, I just auto mesh everything and hope for the best. Yeah, it's gonna be like it'll be fine. If you auto mesh, it's not like not that it's gonna break or anything like that. It's more like when you have intricate parts, which is generally I'd say the eyes and the mouth, it's easier to make sure the eye mesh is set up. But it's like it's really hard to explain how to set up the art mesh effectively. Like, I'm not sure if there's a good guide on that anywhere in particular, but you can kind of just tell it's a little more even. But in my opinion, like, also when you go into the art mesh editor, which is this thing here, you can also just use like the stroke tool, this one. I use this a lot. And then I generally edit the thing that it gives me, but if you could just use it by itself, it's not like a big deal. It's just something like you get used to after a while. And sometimes if I feel like when I start actually rigging, not the art mesh section, right? Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is not working out, and I have to go back and redo it anyway. So I think that's where it's that's the best place to sort of start learning what art meshes work and what don't. I saw this one trick I can show. I think it was on Twitter, I don't remember. It's for the iris portion, and it's really good. So you just kind of like really quickly make a circle around the iris. Well, oval shape, just, you know, it depends on whatever shape you have for your character, and then you mesh it like this, so you only have one dot in the middle and then auto connect. And then you use this tool. I don't remember what this one's called. Add points. I never remember what they're called. I just remember the icons, and if you drag around, it'll like automatically. Well, my model freaked out. If you drag around, it'll automatically do it like this. It's like the easiest way to mesh for the iris. So it's not always a pain. I mean, it still takes less time to auto mesh. Then when it comes to the eye white, I try and make it so it's easier to stretch. Let me write that down. Yeah. See, because it's a stream, you can also just rewind and check it again. I don't remember who I saw that off Twitter from. So I'd like to give like a proper name and credit whoever first did that, but I don't have any good sources. Hello, auto mesh can be a blessing and a curse at the same time, I guess. I use I use auto mesh a lot for clothes and body parts. But you might find yourself editing it anyway. It just depends. It's like you just start to get a feel for it, so it's not a big deal. Wait, no, I don't like that. So, like, to explain my thought process, right? For the eye white, the major function I have for the eye white is to squish everything down, and because it's clipped, That's how you're hiding like the stuff in the eye. And because the eye white itself doesn't really have much information, like it's just like the solid color. I don't even probably need this much, but you don't need a super complex mesh here. Like you don't need like any points in the center because there is nothing for you to change there or adjust. So you need all the points around the edges. Just to make sure that you can warp it into the right shape behind the eyelid. I'm a genius. I swear, I'm a genius. You are indeed. Wow, thank you. Oh, don't build up my ego too much. It's not healthy for me. I am kidding, I swear. Honestly, when it also comes to this, like the highlight, you could probably just do auto meshing. I think I start to like do it by hand out of just habit, but like if you auto mesh, that's exactly what I was gonna do there anyway, so that's not a big deal. It's like the highlight part is not where you're focusing on so much. It's mainly the lash area because the lash is where it's really hard to make it look the right shape when you squish it down and you're making it into a closed eye shape. What did I do here? Sometimes it does this, like generally it does this because there's like one pixel colored in over here. It's really annoying. This is not a good thing because like in this case I can tell that whatever pixel is colored in, it's like not very visible. It's probably like really low opacity. But if you were to have like a little line here by accident, that can be a major problem when you do the texture atlas. If I can show the texture atlas real quick. How big is my model? I think this should be fine. Okay. Where is it in OBS? Okay, I think you can see it. I probably made this a bit too small. I can change it later. But like, for example, if you had like this image and there was like a line to the side here, and then you would automatically like do automatic layout. I always do automatic layout because I'm too lazy to do it by hand. And then say, like right now it's a bit spaced out, but if they were close together, something like this, and then like the pixel from this one was hanging out here, it might end up in like this object. And when you open it up in like VTube Studio or something like that, it's gonna look really funky because you have like this random dot on the other object and it's really annoying. So be careful of that. I don't think this one's gonna be a problem though, because like I said, it's not really visible whatever is over here. But this one can be automatically done, yeah. I also want to put this all in the deformer just so I can see what I'm working with. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they're all over here. But I think it's probably going to be fine. Okay. I remember something. Where is the thing where you can... There's a setting in Live2D that you can turn on where people can see, like, what keys you're pressing. I don't remember where that is. I just remember that as an option. That's it. Where is that? Settings? No. I think it's under here somewhere. I'm smart, I swear. Can you go back and make changes to the PSD when you already started meshing, or does it mean you have to start back from zero? No, you can make changes. If you want to make changes to the PSD and, like, for example, edit layers that are already in Live2D, make sure the layer names stay the same. If the layer names don't stay the same, it won't automatically change that new layer to the old, like, what was there in the old one. It would make it as a new object, which you could, if you took the long way around, you could also, like, copy the mesh and stuff and everything, and you could, it wouldn't be the end of the world, sort of, but it's just easier if you keep all the layer names the same. And you can also add new layers. Like, I forget stuff a lot of the time, especially when I drew the model myself. Like, I drew this one myself, but because it's not a commission by someone else in particular, I don't, like, have this list I'm going down, so I forget things. Like, I only just drew the ears for the first time today. So you can always go back and add stuff. It can get a little bit confusing, but overall it should be fine. Where is that one setting? Is it this? Display operation? Yeah, that's it. Okay. See, I always forgot what it was called because it's display operation, right? And that's not what I would think it would be called. Yeah, it would really suck if, like, you had to make changes to the PSD and then, like, Live2D just would be like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Like, that'd be the worst. If you're just getting started with rigging, I don't know if you're an artist or anything like that, but I always recommend people who are starting out to get the sample models from the Live2D website, because that is the easiest way to practice for free. I think I need to unlock this. Okay. Can you see the red thing that... Oh, you can't see it. Okay. Interesting. Wait, if I change something real quick. I'm going to turn it off so you can see it better. Oh, oh no. Okay. I'm doing a display capture instead of Windows capture, so should be a little bit better. Just in the way that you should be able to see like the, what do I say? It comes up with like these red boxes that say what like keyboard inputs I'm doing. Okay. I have my chat here. Oops. Okay. Yeah, you should be able to see it now. The red thingy, right? Wow. I just drew the most basic model yesterday and started practicing, but forgot a bunch of stuff and had to go back. I assume it's like a TV model or something. But it's always good to draw your own ones, honestly, because you get a better sense of what needs to be done for the model before, like, even starting to use Live2D, right? But this is a link to the Live2D sample data. Feel free to do whatever, well, not do whatever you want. I'm pretty sure they have some restrictions, like you can't sell them or anything like that, you know? What was I doing? Yeah. But I recommend checking that out if it's like just if it's ever annoying to make your own assets while you're practicing. Okay. Wow. I did not mean to do that. Okay. I can all see how badly I typed. What is that? Oh, that's the... Okay. So, like, for example, like, it shows up when... with this rotation deform, it shows, like, what I'm doing to make this bigger. And then change the size of this. Alt and drag and control and drag. Which is pretty good. Yeah. Wow, look, he moves. That's crazy. Like she's not already moving on the screen right here. Yeah, it's TV. When I started turning the head and it looks potato, it's fine because it's TV. The like angle X and Y is always one of the hardest things to start out doing. If you ever have trouble doing it, like my best advice is, like if you're drawing your own model, you can probably do this, but to to sketch out what you think the side views would look like, and then import that into Live2D as a reference image. Hello! Pastel Dreams, hello. I mean, that's what a lot of Live2D artists do. Okay. Where was I? Might do that later. Like this stroke art mesh tool is like one of my favorite features that was added last year? I think it was added late last year. That's crazy. It's probably already been a year since that was released. How long have you been doing Live2D modeling for? It looks fun and cool to do. I started mid 2020, so it's been just over 2 years now. So like, sounds like a long time, right? But it flew by really fast, I guess, because of Corona and stuff. Everything felt really fast, but I think it takes a little bit to start to get used to the program because, like, even as an artist, I never tried anything in particular like this before. But I'm pretty sure anyone can do it. Like, it doesn't matter if you're an artist or not. There's, like, I know a lot of really good Live2D modelers who aren't artists as well. And they do amazing job. So, it's just, I feel like it's more like a sense of repetition, if anything. Like, you have to start just doing things as you see them. Like, one of the best things for me was I kept watching this, like, one YouTuber who did the same thing I'm doing right now. And he would stream on YouTube just of his process. And I, like, watched it. And I did everything exactly the same way he did it. I'm like, wow, all of a sudden it's starting to look good. What the heck? Yeah. Back in my day, we had to add the mesh points manually. Although, ever since I started using it, it always had the automatic generator. So I think that's been around for a while. Which you can use for most of the stuff, honestly. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. It's like, I had it this, I think it was 52%. What? I'll think about it. I don't know what I did over here. There must be some pixel that I forgot to erase. I guess like a good piece of advice for when you're doing modeling like these sort of lines like this lash, it's basically just a line. It's not a particularly an object in any way. Is to like start from one point and then like adding points in like through the middle and just trying to make it fit the curve of the line itself. You know, you can adjust it a bit and then add your points like in, like you see there's 2 points here, you add the outside one in between those 2 points there, so it's forming like this triangle. And then when you zoom out, you'll see like the light blue lines there. You pick auto connect, they'll just automatically connect, right? And you're done. It doesn't take too long. If my model on stream freaks out, that's because I have my web camera. I don't use an iPhone track because I'm not bothered. Like, that's too much work. Setting up my phone to track myself, like nah, mate, nah. I can't. It's too much work. I could just have the webcam up and running. But when I look down like this, because I'm looking down on my second screen to work, it doesn't track my face very well. So if it starts to freak out, that's why. And always remember, you only have to model one eye. Well, when it comes to like the blink and stuff. I have a guide on that, right? That's my most popular YouTube video. So never do both manually. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. I wouldn't say like my guide is my video is the best out there because I'm really awkward when I make YouTube tutorials and everything, right? Like I'm trying my best, but I'm still pretty new to recording myself. I say a lot. I go off topic a lot. Like, I'm trying, you know? But I think people seem to like it, so I think it's somewhat helpful, you know? Well, that's probably... yeah. Okay, so that's the whole eye mesh. I might leave these throughout. Your tutorials are a godsend. Thank you. It means a lot to hear that. Like, I try hard. Okay, I gotta try harder to make more and more tutorials. I'm gonna make so many cursed rigs thanks to you. Cursed rigs? What kind of cursed rigs, though? What I like about your tutorials is how well you explain everything. They are very detailed, but still easy to understand. I'm getting, like, embarrassed. My face is turning red. Thank you! Like, wow! Wow! Oh my gosh. I'm a happy okay. One thing, I guess I'll just explain as I'm doing it. Like, I'm changing the parameter. So the default is normally 0 to 1, but I'm changing it to 0 to 1.2. This is like a trick a lot of people use for VTube Studio. So like the default is 1, but if you have like a little bit extra when you open up your eyes really wide, like I'm trying to do on my model right now, you can do like a sort of surprised look. So yeah. I'm gonna make models that make people say, but why though? Why would you do I want to see those kinds of models. Like, I want to see more crazy models. I'm trying to think of a good one. I saw, like, I wouldn't say it's particularly cursed, but I saw, there's this one model, like, ever since I think I started modeling, I've looked at so many times because I just love it. I'll see if I can find a good video of it, because I know the person who made it, so I just have to go through their YouTube channel. Yeah. I have a link in chat. I still wouldn't say it's exactly cursed, but it's still just like really cool. Even though like it's like an older model, right? Like it was released back in 2020 and everything, but you know what I mean? There's some things that stick with you. Okay. Like, I could have just copy pasted, like, from, because I'm redoing this model. I think I've said that already, but I could have just copied the stuff from the model like I'm currently using on stream, track myself. But nah, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it all again because I'm silly. I'm stubborn like that. I've seen her pop up in my recommended before. Hell yeah! I love that model. I think it's a combination of the art and rigging. I'm pretty sure like he's done better work on that model since the 2020 iteration, but it's just really cool. I can't think of like a lot of good cursed models off the top of my head. I can only think of like a lot of really good models, you know. Kinda don't like the way it's bending. That's a bad idea. That's way too many. What if I did? Yeah. It's a bad idea having this complicated a mesh. Yes. Will I do it anyway? Yes. If it means that it looks the way I want it to look, I will do the dumb. See, that looks way smoother. It looks way better. I think it's fine if you have some overly complicated meshes, as long as it's only like a few of them on your model. Also, it depends on the kind of computer you have. See, that's like another crazy thing you have to think about as a Live2D modeler if you take commissions, right? You have to basically ask the client, do you have a shit computer? Because you have to think about, like, how complex can I make this model that they want? Because, like, they might want a super complex model, but dude, if you're running on a ThinkPad from 2010, you can probably not do very much. Wriggly caterpillar. Stop. Stop. It's not a caterpillar, please. It's not. I did not mean to do that. That is in front of the other one. That's it. I did not. No. Go down. No caterpillars here. We only have eyes. I'm... No caterpillar, please. A very hungry caterpillar ate my eyes. this coming up here? I don't know. What is it? This is a lash. So this is, I guess, another piece of advice. I like to use these arrows when I do the formers. I forgot to do it before. I was just like going on autopilot. This one too. So like you should name objects in Photoshop, Clipsit, or whatever you use. You should name them with L and R, but when it comes to deformers, I think it's easier to use the arrows because you can do this thing, Control F, search and replace. Like, say for example, you have a bunch of layers that, not layers, deformers or something that have one arrow. And when I go to copy paste the eye to the other side, I want it to change directions. So I can basically do search and replace like it says here. And if you do arrows instead of letters, if you were to do letters, like say this was L lash, and I changed every L to an R, it would be R rash. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing, right? But it's just kind of annoying. So it not being an alphabetical character is just easier, I think. So far, so good. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly. I was just taking a quick tweeter break, you know. I need to down more of the energy drink. I don't even drink energy drinks much. Listen, it was free. I'll do what I want. What? Oh my god, it's the Shippy! Oh my god, it's the Natty! What's up? Oh, I just stretched really hard. Cracked my shoulder bone. Well, popped it. I don't think you can hear that on the microphone, but it was there. Ah. Big stretch. Yeah, I got it. Oh, that's almost right. Okay. I might change the art mesh for this one. I don't like what's happening. Beep, bop, boop, boop, boop. Ah, what's up, Nutty? Nutty Boop. Famous Instagrammer extraordinaire. My very famous daughter. I have so many children at such a young age. Playing some Genshin? Oh, I disown you from... No. Not even. If you guys don't know who Natty Boop is, that one tutorial I made that probably all of my subscribers have come to watch me because of, where it's like, you reflect the eye, that was her model that I made. Wow! Patch, patch, patchy! Wow. Your mom is famous? Yeah, look at me. I have like 2 subscribers. Look, mom, I'm famous. Like and subscribe. The one and only patch, 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 patch. The good old Nico Nico Doga days where like you're watching a video and then you just see like 88888 go across the screen, and when you're like a little kid you're like, what does that mean? And then you grow up and you're like, oh, it's punch 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 punch. Ah. I had to Google 8888 the first time I started. Yeah. And then like WKWK, I also had to Google that. I was like, what's that? Waku Waku! It's more popular now, thank you, Bye Family. I might make this. If I make this multiply. Then turn down the opacity. Okay. Pa 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 pa. So this energy drink I'm drinking, I want to buy a certain version of it because they collaborated with Uma Musume, right? I just want to buy it because it looks cute, but it's expensive. It's expensive. I say it's expensive. Probably. It's not that bad, probably, but I don't know if I want to pay for this. Yeah. The really low quality pictures. It's great. I am a mature adult woman. You say so. Listen, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I swear. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm thinking. Yeah, I think that's right. It's like, when it comes to eyes, right, there's so many possibilities you can do. And my nose is itchy. What? Oh, okay. So let's get the pupil iris. I think it's just these five. Guess I could go iris. Eye again. This is a really another good tool that they added kind of recently, where it's basically a paintbrush that you can use to just sort of drag stuff around. So I'm doing this with the iris because, like, it's not like something that your eye will actually necessarily do when you open and close your eyes. But if you add more movement to, like, the blink and stuff like this, it's gonna look more fluid. So even if it's not a very natural thing for actual eyes to do, it will probably look good on a Live2D avatar. There's certain things where it's really hard to draw a line between realistic and stylized. Another thing that, like, always gets me is how I try and when I do the mouth. I'm not up to doing the mouth yet, but when I do the mouth, like the top teeth, a lot of people move the top teeth up and down all the time. But if you ever look at your own teeth in the mirror, or like if you can just feel it. Your top teeth never move. It's only your bottom jaw that's moving. So it's like when you rig something in Live2D, should you move the top teeth? It's like it's such a conundrum for me because, like, it can still look really good if you move the top teeth, but if you start to notice it can start to look unnatural. But most people don't notice it, so it's like I don't know what to do anymore. But you know, it's not a big deal. Hello. How are you? Updating your modeling? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not updating anything. Oh my gosh, Nadi. Okay. I think that I can add the highlight there. And there. Maybe I should start using Live2D in Japanese to practice. It's a practice. I passed in too. I'm so smart. It's like I passed it, but I didn't pass well. You can go further. Is this the right one? Yeah. Okay, I can go further down. I wanted to, like, It's hard to explain, really, right? I want it to be visible for more of the time while you're closing the eyes. Like this is good. If you have it sort of hidden most of the time where you close your eyes, when you start to close your eyes, like you can't see the highlight and you look a little bit soulless. So you have to be careful with highlights. They're your bread and butter, you know? Blah. Streaming has, funnily enough, gotten easier ever since I stopped sitting on the floor. Can you believe that? Who would have thunk such a thing, that sitting on the floor for long periods of time, focusing on your computer can be a bad thing. Don't look soulless when closing your eyes. Note it. Yeah, just really try hard to not look soulless. Yeah, that's a personality thing, as we all know. That needs to go up more, but you can't see it very well because it's very light. This is the highlight that needs to go up further. It's better. Oh, I forgot to do something. Oopsie. This part. No, that's not what I wanted. So eyes will always look more 3D if you have parts moving at different speeds. Like the eye highlight, you can kind of see the highlight is moving at a different rate to the iris and the eyelid, the eyelash. So it gives it depth. It's like the parallax effect, you know. I will do smile next. So this is another thing I do with the smile parameter. I change the minimum to 1. It gives you just like another option to use in VTube Studio, because you can go to -1. Because the way the VTube Studio is set up, I'm speaking too fast. It goes off the mouth form parameter to change the eye smile. So it doesn't actually track your eyes, because like your eyes in real life, it's really hard to notice the difference between when you're smiling, because you could be squinting, right? So it tracks your mouth. So if you're smiling, it'll make your eye look happy if you have a happy state that you've rigged. So you can also, because of that, rig a frown emotion. So that's fun. Please break them? Okay, no. Stop that. What? Oh, I forgot. Another thing I didn't realize from my first year of using Live2D. Settings for eye blinking and lip sync. Make sure you select the eye open parameters for eye blinking. And then when you open up the physics tab, it will automatically blink. Yeah. Pretty good so far. The one I do for the sort of frown do this kind of thing. I'm stupid. Yeah, where they just kind of look like smug. I like doing that sort of thing. That's a shippy style, you know. Shippy style. Okay. Wow. Wait, then I will do this. You gotta do the face where the knife is pointing at the cat. But that's the that's the shippy style, the knife pointing at the cat, shippy style. You know, E. Okay. So the next thing I'm gonna do is add another keyframe so that I will kind of explain what it is. So when she blinks, we didn't have this second keyframe. She would like blink, and almost like you wouldn't really see like the closed eye. It would just almost look like she's barely blinking. But if you have an extra key right here, it helps, especially using VTube Studio. It helps like make sure that your eyes are hitting the closed eye area. Wow, this is looking kind of smug. What is that doing here? I think I messed up. her, she's so surprised, like, what just happened? What just happened? Yeah, stretch, stretch. Hear my bones pop. Wah. Wah. Okay, now we gotta check that I did it right. You can do this by linking them. Because I have quite a few keyframes here, I'll easily be able to tell if I messed something up. I think it's looking good so far. Ah, here. I have a problem here. Okay. Done. Done. Okay. That's good. I mean, that's only the first part. I haven't even started to do the physics or anything. Hehe. Hee-hoo-ha. I'm not sure if I want this how I want it to label. Oh well, let's just do it. What? What? Oh yeah, I always forget that you have to do replicate instead of copying them. That's silly. You should be able to just copy paste. Why is my Japanese keyboard not working? That's better. Hi, hello, hello. Hello, Nico. How are you? Ba, 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 ba. I'm good. How are you? I'm pretty good. I'm chilling. It's not as hot today, and I'm very happy about that. Yeah, it's a pretty nice day. I already went shopping, and I was like, cause like it's not hot and everything, right? It's been so hot recently. I mean, it's still warm. It's still pretty warm, but it's like not deathly hot to the point that I didn't want to go outside, you know? So It's pretty good so far. It's literally winter here. Aha, Southern Hemisphere. I remember back in the day when I lived in the the Southern Hemisphere. Those were the days. No unreasonably hot anymore. Yeah. It's getting better. We're finally getting into autumn. I actually found you through a Live2D tutorial and so you were live. Thank you. I hope it was helpful. I haven't streamed on YouTube for a while, but you know, I was redoing my model and stuff, and I was just thinking like, oh, why didn't I just stream this and everything, right? Because something's wrong. Yeah, and I was like, why don't I stream it on YouTube? Because people watch my Live2D tutorials there, you know? Haha. Hee-hoo-ha. Work stream. Is it really work if it's just for a personal model? I'm working on something, but this is not by any means like professional work. See, my irises on this is a little bit interesting because it's not a super balanced iris or anything, so I can't actually move the same amount each way for each side of the eyeball. To be fair, finding VTubers is really hard. You found me. I'm the best VTuber. Look at me. I have my legs up on my desk. Haha. I definitely play video games on stream all the time. I swear. Ha 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 ha. Practices work. I'm not sure if I call it practice either. I just do, you know? I just do. I just do. Where's your coffee? Oh, my coffee's on my other screen. I'm not drinking coffee right now, so it wouldn't be accurate. No, I'm kidding. Let me find it. I have the where? Wow. You're gonna see me scrolling through everything, all of my dumb stuff. Huh, where is it? Okay. Oh, it's huge! Stop it. Yes. Look at me with my coffee. You see, when you first said coffee, I completely forgot that this was a thing. I prefer Live2D work streams because then I can copy your workflow. Yeah, I was saying this before on stream. That is exactly what I did. Copy people. It's the easiest way to learn. It's good content. That's all that matters. No hooves on the table. Where do you think we are? We're in my house and hooves are allowed on the table. Cheap coffee. Yeah. It's made from, you know, like you can get the special, I forget what it's called. It's like Puwak or something. I'm not gonna be able to remember the name, but there's this one coffee. I'm pretty sure it's from Indonesia, and it's like this sort of, it's a kind of cat or something, or is what is the animal name? I feel like it's like this starts with a C, like a soft C, and like it's this coffee where like these like cat-like animals eat coffee beans and then they poop them out, and then yeah, the cat poop coffee. You know, and it's really tasty and stuff. This sheep coffee is like that, except it's sheep poop. Hi, greetings from Venezuela. Wow, Venezuela. Hello. I hope you're having a good day. I don't know what time it is there. I am not good with time zones. Let's see if I can. Let's check the time in Venezuela. Time. That AM or PM? That's not helpful. You know, I'm gonna guess that is 2 AM because, you know. Yeah, 2 AM. Okay. Wow, it's late. Like, I'm happy you're watching, but make sure you don't stay up too late, you know? Wait, what am I doing? Wow, look at that. That's an eyeball. It's moving around. Wow. But yeah, would anyone want to try some sheep poop coffee? The cat poop coffee, I've had that once. It was actually really tasty. I had it as a piccolo latte. Little pretentious little snub here. Yes, I had a piccolo latte, you know, yeah, the guy from Dragon Ball. It was quite delicious, but it's also very expensive. What was I doing? Fixing this. Because when you do synthesized corners, it's good, but like, you can look a little funky sometimes. I don't think I'd be able to keep it down knowing where it came from. Listen, like it's been boiled, and like, you know, a lot of the food that you eat anyway probably has bugs in it anyway, so how bad can it be if people eat it all the time, right? No, I don't blame you. Fair enough. Looks really weird when you zoom out, when you're doing like the eyeball stuff and then you see the other one that's not moving. That's why I always sort of like work like this, so I'm not freaking myself out. The food usually does not come from a cat's butt. I like the usage there of usually, as if it sometimes does. Excuse me, what food are you eating? Where it sometimes is coming from a cat's butt. I'm more concerned about that right now. I seriously cannot reflect the eyeball. Like, every time I try, I always encounter a glitch. I don't know if I'm gonna get to reflecting the eye today. I mean, I don't know how long I'm streaming. I don't have a particular schedule. If I do, I can talk through it again. But like, I don't know particularly what your issue is, because you just say like you have a glitch happening, and it could be a lot of things, right? But it can be a little bit confusing at first. I've done it so many times now. I can't wait. I can quickly, I'll save it as this, and I'm not finished, right? But I can quickly reflect this and see what it looks like. And I can just delete the reflection afterwards and everything. So I can sort of talk through it. So it'd be like that sometimes. I will not be taking further questions at this time. Where is the cat poop food coming from? Where? Okay. So when you want to reflect the eye, so make sure first you select everything, every deformer and every object that you need to reflect. So I start from the top. Normally I have everything contained in a deformer. Even if I haven't done anything with that deformer yet, it's just a really good way of organizing. It's basically a folder. And you open that up. So you start from the parent deformer. Parent just means that that's the folder that every other thing is in. And then you make sure that all of these arrows, if one of them is like one of the arrows, I don't know how well you can see this. I have like the TV on the screen. Actually, I will move that so you can see what I'm doing. Like, so for example, here, like this arrow here, if it's facing horizontally, you need to make sure they're all opened up. If there's a lot of them that you have to go through, you can use this button at the top, like this arrow here, and that'll close them all. And if you click it one more time, it'll open them all. So that way you can make sure that they're all open for when you need to copy. You can start from the parent deformer and then go right down to everything that's in this eye. And then Control C, Control V. And so you will have obviously everything doubled. The first thing I want to do really quickly, before I do anything else, before I start reflecting, is do Control F, and it'll come up with search and replace. And all these deformers have this arrow on them, like this right facing arrow, even though they're the L object to indicate it's the left side. It's the left side because that's how it's tracked, and that's how traditionally it's done in Live2D. But on all the deformers, I have this arrow. So I want to click selecting canvas right here. And that's gonna select, like, I have all the stuff that I just copied. It's all selected, right? And so that means when I have them selected in Live2D, if I click this, they'll be selected in this Control F window. And I go for before replacement, and I change the arrow to the left facing arrow. And you can see, like, on the deformer thing here, they've all changed. I do that first off, just so I make sure I don't get confused with the original one I did and the one I just copied. So, like, you don't accidentally do something. Maybe, like, you don't accidentally reflect one of them and then go back and reflect something else. It makes it less confusing. And while you have it all still selected, you right-click, reflect. There's the reflect settings. The only one... There may be more parameters here if you start to do physics and stuff, because I haven't finished the eye, so there will be more parameters on mine later. But the only one you really need to reflect is eyeball X. If you don't reflect this, the sideways movement of the eye will be opposite and they'll look cross-eyed, so you just want to select that one only. And because I already had the canvas set up in the center, basically, it's sort of already in the right position. Some people don't have that, unfortunately. Because like maybe they started working on a canvas and then after that it's not centered completely. So if you need to move it, don't get the deformer and start moving it like this. Or stuff like, I mean, you could do it with this deformer because I haven't keyed it to anything. But the easiest way is to make a rotation deformer and then like move it from here, and then afterwards delete that rotation deformer. Because if you start to move, like, for example, if you start to move with oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Start to move it like this, right? There, red. Yeah. If you start to move it like this. Wait. You can kind of mess up a little. Like you can start to do this thing where it did it around a bit. Right? And then you would have to go through and keyframe everything. So that's why you're better off doing a rotation deformer to move it around if you need to. Hello, broccoli. Hello, hello. And then the last thing you need to do is like select and make sure you deselect the original ones. You just go through them and hold down Control. So you make sure you only have like the new one selected, and then you do change. And you change it to the other open parameter. And you do the same thing with eye smile. Make sure once again you deselect the original eye. And then once again, first I have to change this parameter, make the minimum different, because I have not done that yet. Yeah, and then you change this smile parameter to the other one, and then you will have the reflected eye. I mean, I'm not sure what advice I can give unless like there's a specific problem. But this is how I do it really quickly. You can see me do it in real time. I don't know if that's helpful or anything like that. That was actually really helpful. I'm glad. I'm gonna delete this, the one I just copied, because I hadn't finished doing the side parameter, so I'm gonna have to redo it anyway. But it seems a little bit confusing at first, because there's like, it's not just copy paste. You do have to do a couple things, but the major thing is like make sure you copy every object in deformer, paste it, reflect. Then when you reflect, choose the eyeball X option, and then once you've done that, don't forget to change the newly copied objects to the opposite parameters so they can move independently. And I think that as long as you do all that, you should be fine. I think issues come about is when like you forget to copy and paste something. But yeah. Like if I don't know what the problem is, it's hard for me to give like a troubleshooting advice. Okay. What was I doing? I was doing this. Yeah. How do you get the arrow icons though? So I use a Japanese keyboard and I type it in because it's just the way that the Japanese keyboard works. You can like for example, if I was to do it right now, you can see the warp deformer I type in migi, which is right in Japanese, and then like you can select from like either kanji or stuff, or symbols come up, and then like hidari is for left, and then the left arrow comes up. However, if you don't speak Japanese, or if you don't have a Japanese keyboard, this is maybe not very intuitive. So if it's not easy for you to type it out every time, I'd say like copy paste the symbols, put them in like a sticky note something, and then just copy paste it every time would be the second easiest way. Yeah. And if you ever like forget or like move the memo that you have that had the arrows on it, like if you accidentally delete it, you could probably Google like arrow symbol on Google that, and then it will come up like with websites where you can copy paste from again. Thank you, because I definitely don't know Japanese. Yeah. I don't expect everyone to be able to use a Japanese keyboard. It's just like the way that the Japanese keyboard is set up. It's pretty easy to type it out every time, but if you don't, the next easiest thing is to copy paste it from some sticky note you have on your computer. I can't believe I'm forced to learn Japanese to learn Live2D. You don't have to learn Japanese. You don't even have to use the arrows that I'm using. I just use them because, like I said, it's easier to search, like do the find and replace, because you're not replacing the alphabet, so it doesn't mess up the name of the deformers itself. So you don't need to use the arrows. I think they're just like easier to use. Like they're more intuitive because it's pointing the way that the actual deformer is in. But it's not necessary by any means. Like you don't need to do it. Like this is another thing. I just typed out star in Japanese so I can get the star symbol. It's just like a little indicator for me to make sure I know that this is going to be a physics parameter rather than like a regular one. Though this might be the push I needed to finally learn. I mean, like, if you're learning enough Japanese to be able to type out left, right, and star, I mean, it's not too hard to learn that in particular. You could probably get the hang of it easily. Okay. So the thing I'm doing here, I'm kind of copying. I don't know if you guys know Kimono, who is a Live2D rigger artist. She has a certain way of doing the physics on the eye, and it looks really cool, so I want to try it. So bear with me while I test. Wait. Okay. Oops. I did reflect vertically. It should be horizontally. Yeah, like that. Gonna look a little bit weird at first, but once again, bear with me. Okay, so Yeah, bear with me. Okie dokie. I use shift a lot when I do modeling. You'll probably see it like with the red thing, right? But it just makes it so much easier to adjust things sort of consistently. Deformer hierarchy. Deformer hierarchy is like an interesting thing. When I first started to do Live2D, the tutorial I followed was a good tutorial. Like, told you to like make all the deformers at the start. I was like, oh my god, that's so smart. I did that. Never did it again. It's so much work. Like, to do it at the start. Like, it's good practice for when you're first working on Live2D and everything, but you don't need to. I generally do it as I go. And it's another thing. It's like you just get the hang of it, right? And it really sucks to have to say that every time. Oh, you'll just get used to it. You know, you'll get better, you'll get good, right? But that's just how it is, you know. No, because how am I supposed to know what deformers I need? My advice is like, if you ever need to move something, 9 times out of 10, you'll use a deformer instead of using like the actual art mesh itself. Like I say that as I'm adjusting the art mesh, right? But it is easier to use a lot of deformers because if you then want to move that object on a different parameter, you can do it on another deformer, but you can't do it on the same art mesh. Oddly enough, I have so much fun doing head angles. Yeah, it's fun to do head angles because when it starts to look good, you're like, oh my god, that's the good stuff. Mwah! That's amazing, right? But then, it's also frustrating as heck when you just can't get it to look right. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like if I compare some of my older stuff to more recent things, like the head angles I used to do were so bad. Kind of crazy, right? This right here looks funky as fuck. But listen, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna pretend I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I think it looks cool. It looks cool, right? But it looks a little bit weird. Like I said, I'm copying Himono. I should link her channel because it's like, oh, I'm copying someone. She has like a file on her fan box which I paid for and I am copying off of because it looks really neat and I want to see what it looks like on my model. Fake it till you make it. Exactly, right? I'm thinking of doing it a tiny bit wrong on the Y angle. I might redo this. Ah. Any mistake is a feature. Exactly. I've used her tutorials a bunch, but I've never actually learned her name. Yeah. She's so good. She's very good. Right. At the top of the tops. One day we will be like her. If you saw her, like the thing that I'm copying from, it's insane the amount of parameters and like the amount of layers she uses. Like there's so many. It's crazy. Yes. Wait, that's the wrong way around. I'm getting there. I love how I stole my mom's iPad to make Live2D model. I respect the grind. Are you using something like Procreate or are you using Clip Studio? As long as it has like a symmetry ruler function, it doesn't really matter what you use. I mean, you don't need to use a symmetry ruler, it just makes your life easier. Wow, looking crazy. Procreate, nice. Okay, now I gotta set up the physics the same way she did. Let's see if it looks half as good. Okie dokie. Yeah, whoa! Okay. See, I have her model here. I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't show it too much on screen because I did kind of pay for it. I'm wondering if I should not, like, be showing it here. Oh, you know. Not this one. This, yeah. Okay, so the first one we need to make is the eyeball X, because at the moment I don't actually have it on the original parameter, so I'm gonna add it in my scale. Oop. Angle. I'm gonna do the same settings she does. I might have to change the settings just because we have different shaped eyes and everything, so. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change it. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Oopsie. I clicked the wrong button. Okay, let's do it better. Okie dokie, so then I can probably copy this for Y. Big question mark above my head. So one advantage to using physics over the original tracking is because it has to basically go through another set, like it's being inputted by the tracking, by the physics, it comes out smoother. That's the first good thing. That's a lovely dress. Thank you very much. It's so cute. It's very simple. It's a very simple dress. But you know, it doesn't have to be super fancy to be cute. Okay. Let's try the next one. Wow, look at that. Wait. Let's zoom in. Wow. It looks kind of weird because I have two pupils on right now. So like I have this setting where I can change it from a human style pupil to a sheep style pupil. So let me just turn. Wow. Let's do the human one. Wow. It's like it's only a little bit noticeable, but you know it's noticeable enough for me. Okay. So that's the basic physics for now. Well, I said basic. I'm gonna do more. Ha 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 ha. It takes you just hours to do the eyes, but there's a reason for that. There's a reason, and that is because the eyes are one of the most interesting parts about Live2D models. Like, you know, you can spend hours doing the legs or something, but most people are not even gonna show the legs on stream, so there's no point. I don't think there's much point to making the legs look really good, but you are almost always gonna see the eyes, and they're gonna be a focal point of your model. So you need to spend a lot of time to make them look good, otherwise I mean, you don't have to, but it pays off, you know? Okay. What was I doing? Yeah. Okay. My blind square dancing VTuber character would disagree. Now, let's see. When I speak like this, of course I'm speaking in, like, the most generic terms. Of course, your blind square dancing VTuber character is an exception to the rule, and they can definitely have a lot of time spent on their legs. How long is the average time you spend to rig one full body model? I don't like have good hours. It's like, you know, I've been working on this for 2.5 hours on stream. I was kind of working from scratch. And I would say, like, I'm almost finished the eye. And, you know, I can copy paste the eye, so maybe 3 to 4 hours for doing the eyes. So if I was going off of that, it generally won't take me over a month or to, like, finish a model. I can normally, for rigging, do it within 2 weeks. If I have the time. It's so hard to give like a solid number on how long it takes to rig a model, but I would put it somewhere around the 20-hour mark, maybe. It's really hard to give a good quote. Because I've never like timed myself from start to end. Oh, I mean, I lie. There was this one model I did a year ago, so it's also not to the same standards that I do now. So like there's a lot of things I do now that I didn't do back then, so that adds on to the time, but it can kind of give you a rough understanding. So my playlist, oh my voice. My voice just broke. That's great. Let me see. If I add these up, 2 hours, so there's 2, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'd add like another 2 hours onto that, so 14. So that this one model that I did last year took 14 hours ish. I think I did mainly on stream, so if I added that all up, so it might take me around 20 hours now. It really depends though on the complexity. If you have to do some wild animations, it'll take longer. But also depends on the person. Some people go faster, some people go slower, so you never know. You never know, you know? But yeah, I don't know if that helps. But yeah, it depends on the person, like I said. What? I see, yes. Oh. Whoa! Whoa! Make it big and small. Okay. Wait, there's not much point in making it bigger. You just do small. There's probably other things that you can do to streamline your process that I don't do. Like setting up all your parameters in advance. No, I didn't. When I say setting up your parameters in advance, I don't mean like having to do it every time before you start a model. I mean setting up a way you normally do your parameters and saving those, exporting those settings, and then importing it every time, which I do kind of do, but I haven't done it recently, so I end up making a lot more parameters than I should. I should just like make another default setting. Okay, I'm gonna quickly. One thing, I'm typing the IDs for the parameters here. You should do that. Because, if you don't, it can get really confusing when you're, like, trying to make expressions in VTube Studio, and then it's, like, parameter 57. And you're like, what the heck is parameter 57? Yeah. Just advice. okay, 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 okay. Okay. These are some physics settings, if you're wondering what I'm doing. There's some physics settings that I'm trying out once again from the kimono file. And it's a little bit confusing, but it's just what it's doing. It's just adding a delay to best describe it. Rather than like the physics instantly happening, they kind of move a little bit slower and it looks a little bit more floaty. I haven't even gotten to that part. I can use physics to kind of make hair sway. Well, it seems kind of confusing at first, right? When you start to use physics in this way. Like, I'm using it to do a lot of the eye stuff. Like, for example, the eyeball X, Y, it doesn't move. Like, I haven't keyed it on the original parameters. It moves afterward. And you don't need to do this, but it adds a delay to certain movements, and it generally will make it seem more natural rather than like instantly jittering around. And if you do the things that she's doing that I'm copying, it adds an extra delay sort of, and you can manipulate the physics better. Like, once you try it, you kind of can understand Oh, that's it. You know, it's so hard to sort of explain. It's more, something you're better off downloading the model and finding out yourself. But I say that, but you have to subscribe to your fan box. You only have to subscribe once. However, you do have to. What? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me write down physics delay. I'm gonna Google it later when the time comes. Yeah. So another thing, I might be able to explain it a little bit. The way she's done this, so it says like I plus I minus. So the reason it's like this is it's a way to add the physics, but only add it in a certain way. So like for example, if you look at the IL open, I don't know if you saw before, but when I keyed it so that like it can do a little bit more movement outside of the regular 0 to 1 and 0 to 1.2. And so the way these two work, the plus will only, if you look at this little key right here, keep an eye on it. It will only react if I go to like this outer edge, but it won't react whatsoever if I go and close the eye. And it's the same with the minus. The minus will only react if I go down, but it won't react like so much if I go above here. That's a really smart thing she's done. So then you can use these parameters that you made so that, like for example, certain physics won't activate if you go past here. They'll only activate if you go down here. It's confusing stuff, right? But it's interesting. So I want to move these up a bit. So they're organized. Yo, it's like some super high, a huge brain sort of stuff, you know? Like, I never would have thought of it myself. I will master this and become unstoppable. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna do it. I'm like the biggest brain, you know, like I'm so smart. And then like I look at the model that she made and I'm like, maybe I don't have to be that smart. You don't really need to do this kind of level of detail on any eye ever. I'm just doing it because I'm like, I want to be able to do that, you know? One thing I hate about doing physics, you have to hit enter every time you like type something in, or else it won't like work. Like you have to go back and do it every time. So annoying. I wish I could just leave it as is and go to the next one each time. Yeah. Wow, look at that, so bouncy. Wow, they're bouncy. Save progress check? Okay. I save quite regularly. But good call. I've only had one time where I've had a problem where Live2D crashed and I was like, shit, no, what happened? I almost started crying. And then I got help because there was like backup data. I was like, there's backup data! I didn't even know that! But yeah, it does like saves in the background. I had no idea. Okie dokie. We're almost there. We're almost finished an eye. But like I said, once you finish one eye, that's basically both eyes finished, as long as you are okay with reflecting. One piece of advice I can give anyone who's starting out in Live2D: take the time to name shit. You're gonna love yourself later as long as you start getting into that habit. And like, you don't have to name it really in like a smart way or anything like that. As long as it's a way that you yourself can understand, it should be fine. But just name stuff, name it, or else I'll come for you. In the night, I'll come for you. Yes, sensei. Oh my gosh, I'm sensei. I say that. It's my actual job and people actually call me sensei in real life. Like, oh my god, people call me sensei on the internet even though I experience that every single day? Wow. Happy sensei. Oh, sorry. Hi. Is it possible to add a single file into Live2D afterwards? I assume you mean like once you've already made a Live2D model, and you want to add another object like a layer. If that's the case, yes. I would say make that layer in the same PSD that you used originally to import into Live2D, because that way the position will stay in the right place. So don't do it on a different file with different dimensions, otherwise it will be like hard to position it correctly. And then as long as you save that PSD and then import it again, it should import the PSD with that new object in the right position as a new layer. So if that's what you mean, yes. Very much so. Because I do that all the time. Okay. Yes, that's what I meant. Thank you very much. No problem. Yeah, I do that a lot. If I need to add in a mask, like, what do I mean by mask? Like, for example, I have a mask around here. Let's turn it up. You'll be able to see. That's the wrong one. This one? Like, these sort of things. Sometimes I forget to draw them on the model, or say, like, if you're rigging a model that someone else made, it won't necessarily have those included. So I can do like this. Wow. Yeah, just draw it on the PSD as a new layer, import the PSD, and it should just come up. It'll normally come up right at the top of this area, this box that I'm like hovering my mouse over right now. And it'll say something like PSD version blah 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 blah. I'd say take it out of that folder and make sure you put it in the right folder, but otherwise it should be fine. Yeah. 5 head. Wait, no, don't make fun of me. Shut up. I have hair, I swear. Look, I'm so cute. I'm adorable. Look at me. I'm the cutest little... Wow. Look, I'm so cute. Ooh, hello. Wow. I'm so cute. Okay, what was I doing? I was doing something. I swear. Wait, Live2D has a built-in jiggle meter now. Last used Live2D in like 2017. I think they had physics back then too. It's probably just that people have learned how to make physics look really cool. Yeah, look at this. Wow. Look at this crazy stuff. Oh, ignore that. Ignore the mis- What is that? What is that? What is that? What? Sorry. What is that? Huh? Oh my god, it's this. Okay. I'll figure that out later. Let me... The jiggle physics visualization. Yeah. I don't know how new that is. It's been around for at least a couple of years. Unacceptable, yeah. I'll fix it later, I swear. Yeah, look at that. Wow, so jiggly. I'm gonna make it even jigglier, don't worry. Don't you worry. Your sweet little heads. What was I was doing the jiggle. I'm adding more jiggle. I really want to I want to like get the eye done and then finish stream because I'm gonna feel like really annoyed with myself if I don't finish doing the eye and then ending stream because I'm so close, you know. I won't necessarily like reflect it all. As long as I can finish one eye, I'll be happy. All the sakuga must go to the... Yeah, exactly! Yeah, you see, you get it, you know? The eye is gonna look super cute, otherwise... like I was saying before, you know? What's the point? What are you gonna look at? You're gonna look... like what, at the boobs? Nah. Like, what, I don't know what you expect. I'm gonna make the eyes super pretty, so you that's the only thing you can stare at. If this was someone else's model, I might make the boobs the feature, but for my model, it's not. I'm sorry if I'm disappointing you. Speed running this. った作画。It worked? Nice, nice, nice. I'm glad. Yeah. Live2D didn't have the function to like add in new stuff from a PSD, like the same PSD. I'd probably die, you know, like that would be the worst. Okay, let's see this. Wow, jiggly jiggle! Look at that. Wow. It's so jiggly. Oh my gosh. Wait. It's wow. Is that everything that I wanted to do? Is the question. I think it is. I think it is. So, need to change this really quick. I think I might have time to reflect it. Whew. And then finish. This is what I'm gonna do. Not what I want to do. So cute. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm gonna leave like the archive for this up. So if you ever wanna copy what I did, it's all there. Okay. So I need to replicate this. I need one for the other side. Looking jiggly, very good. Yeah, that's what we need. We need eye jiggle physics. Forget boop. You don't need them. You only need eye jiggle physics. Okay, I will get to that when I get it. Okay. Is there anything else I need to add? I think I've added everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm good. Yeah. Should be fine. Okay. You get to watch me do it all over again, copy, pasting, reflecting the eye. Hee-hoo-ha. So I said before, you only need to reflect the eyeball X. That's only when you had those up. If you have like a parameter that's like has X in the title, it's good practice to make sure those parameters are reflected. Because otherwise they will be going the wrong way. I think everything else is fine. Yep, okay. Reminds me of drawing a face and getting one eye done really nicely, then drawing the second eye, and it's the worst thing ever. Yeah, except for the fact that this one, you copy it. So, you're fine. You don't have to worry about that stuff. Okay. Yeah, that is in the exact right position, so I'm gonna get rid of the other eye. They're gonna say L here, but I can tell from the deformer because I changed it to the correct arrow, which I it's for. So you don't have to change every object as long as the deformers are saying the right thing. Oh yeah. because I wanted the highlight to be in a slightly different position. Otherwise, it looks a little bit too perfect with the reflection. So now it looks a little bit more natural. Go back. Yeah, that one's fine. The next eyeballs I don't need to change that. Same with this, because they are not individually moving. I do need to change this. I need this one. So this takes a little bit of time making sure, if you've done a lot of physics, it takes a bit of time. If you don't have like a lot of eye physics, not a big deal. You don't have to do all of this, but if you do, you basically will have to change them all onto new parameters. Just, you know, it's like, it's not hard, it's just time consuming. And then you also have to redo the physics. When I say redo, once again, it's not hard, you're just copy pasting basically. But like, yeah, it's time consuming, it takes time, you take the time. Yeah. This one as well. You can basically tell which ones you're gonna have to change to a new parameter if they have an arrow on them. Like the X has no arrow on it. I'm not gonna I won't have to change that. Wait. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. This one's fine. This one needs to be done. I don't think I ever. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I'm a little silly. Never synthesize these. That's better. Now I have to do it with this one. think it's all the parameters have been made. You wanna have a look at how many parameters I have? Model statistics. I only started doing the eyes, and does it say here? No, it's not here. It's in parameter settings. That's right. I already have 53 all up. I've only done the eyes. Oh, okay. I guess it's fine. Copy this. See, that's the price that you have to pay to make the eyes jiggly. However, I'm thinking, it looks like a lot of work. It is a lot of work, I guess, time-wise, but it's not hard once you have done it a few times, and it's just muscle memory, basically. They do be jiggling though, exactly. That's the aim of the game. Okay. The next one, I need to do this one. Like I said, anything that has a arrow in it, you know you have to make another physics or parameter for it. And this is why it comes in handy, like, naming stuff really well. Because otherwise, you'll get it really confused here. Okay, now it should be all set up so that they can move independently. And like the physics will only affect the one that's moving. Oh, that's fun. Okay, I really want to quickly import it into VTube Studio and see what it looks like when, like, I'm actually moving my eyes and stuff. It's gonna be fun. I'll do 4K. Will everything fit? Nope. Whoa. Luckily, my name's not on there. Ha 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 ha. That would be scary. I might quickly to this so you can't see me going through my files. Now it's just exporting. Okie dokie. Now it should be in VTube Studio, so bear with me. Oh, I need a refresh maybe? No, I don't want to do that. Yes, there it is. It's here. Oh no. Yes. I mean, I can only move my eyes as of now, so it's a little bit spooky, scary. There's also the shadow part that's like in the hair. There's a little bit there, but give me a sec. I need to fix some of the settings. You saw my face. Wow. This is definitely what I look like in real life. Aha. Okay. Six. I think that's good. 1.6. Right. I want to turn this off. Beautiful face reveal. Yeah. Let's go. Wow. They do be jiggling though. I want to try it really quickly with my iPhone. Because the tracking on that is better. I turn off the camera. Oh yeah, okay, it's connected with my iPhone. Wow, look at that. Whoa. Huh. Look at me wink. Wah. Whoa. Oh. See, I don't normally have like the separate eye blink on with my webcam because it can be a little bit funky, but with the iPhone it's not bad. Wow, jiggle. 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 That's how you rig an eye. Like nothing else on my face is moving. It's kind of scary. I'm sorry. It's kind of spooky, scary. Well, it's looking kind of cool, right? Wink. Very cute. I'm an anime girl. If I bat my eyelashes at you, will you buy me coffee? Okay. You know, I was about to say like, oh, is there someone I can raid that you can tell that I haven't been on YouTube for a while? I think you can raid on YouTube now, but you know what I mean. I will finish streaming here because I have to go make my dinner. Thank you if you came and watched me. I hope I could help people learn stuff if you needed help. Yeah. It's still kind of weird that nothing's moving except my eyes, but you know, it's fine. I might be back to stream tomorrow. We'll see how I go. So, thank you. お疲れ様でしたまたねおつおつおす Learn a lot. I'm glad. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. Bye. Bye, guys. Good night. Good morning. Bye.